Now, as in the previous case, as it was A to D conversion, we know analog to digital. So that was initially with the help of the sampling and satisfying the criteria and further. Now here we have D to A conversion here. So in short, the digital to analog conversion is having the two steps to be performed. So first of all, the conversion of input digital samples into the staircase type of the continuous time waveform by means of D to A converter that will be having zero order hold at its output, and that will be also followed by an analog low pass reconstruction filter giving us the output here. So if in this case the sampling rate that usually we denote by capital F suffix T as shown in this block schematic also, this is for the input digital signal, the sampling rate. If it is same as that of the Nyquist rate, the analog low pass reconstruction filter must be having a very sharp cutoff in its frequency response. So the case of anti-aliasing filter that we have discussed in the previous video, in the similar fashion, this case will also involve the design of a very high order analog reconstruction filter that requires high precision analog circuit components here. So to work with this particular problem, here also we are going to have the approach of oversampling, where a wide transition band can be tolerated at the frequency response of the reconstruction filter that allows its implementation using low precision analog circuit components while requiring a more complex digital interpolation filter at the front end. So the improvement into the performance of the oversampling D to A converter can be obtained by employing the digital sigma delta 1-bit quantizer at the output of the digital interpolator. The entire block schematic you see on this particular slide. So here we have first of all the digital input, and then with the bits B here we have the interpolation for the sampling rate confined to ft. Here we get it to L times ft. So along with the interpolator, here we have the Lth band low pass filter. Further we feed it to a summer where we have the MSBs and LSBs to be associated in focus, finally giving the resulting signal to the 1-bit D to A converter structure, and at last by passing it through the analog low pass filter we get the analog type of the output here. So this is what the reversal process that we have seen for the previous topic. So in this overall procedure, what is the role of quantizer? The quantizer is extracting the MSB from its corresponding input and subtracting the remaining LSBs, the quantization noise, from corresponding input. The MSB output is then further fed into 1-bit D to A converter and passed through an analog low pass reconstruction filter to remove all the frequency components beyond the signal band of interest here. Now the spectrum of the quantified or the quantized, we can say, 1-bit output of the digital sigma delta quantizer is nearly the same as that of the input. So more information we can show that it will also shape the quantization noise spectrum by moving the noise power out of the signal band of the interest. And for verification of this particular result, let us have consideration of the sigma delta quantizer that we have in separate view here. And from this particular illustration we see the input output relation of the quantizer given as y of n minus e of n is equal to x of n minus e of n minus 1. The equivalent representation of y of n individually, that is equal to x of n added by e of n minus e of n minus 1. So here y of n is the MSB of the nth sample of the adder output. From the block schematic you can compare, and e of n is the nth sample of the quantization noise composed of all the bits except the MSB. Now let us have the example of the oversampling D2A conversion, where the signal is a sinusoidal sequence of frequency 100 Hz operating at the sampling rate of 1 kHz here. So here we visualize the corresponding input for the lower rate D2A converter, and next to that we have the output here, that is depicting the interpolated sinusoidal sequence operating at the higher sampling rate of 5 kHz here. So this is the illustration for the second case. So when the conventional lower rate and oversampled D2A converters are utilized for the same low pass filter with the wide transition band, for both of the cases the filtered outputs, here we have the illustration for the low pass filtered output of the signal for the conventional D2A converter, and by the use of oversampling D2A converter, the comparison you can make here, the oversampling D2A converter is giving us a very good result here. And if the conventional D2A converter that is utilizing a sharp cutoff low pass filter is employed, the corresponding filtered output signals can be illustrated here. So we are having a very good curvature obtained with the help of this particular approach. So following the procedure of the sigma delta D2A conversion, if the input sequence frequency is of 100 Hz and the sampling rate is equal to 5 kHz, the signal can be clearly oversampled if the sampling rate is much more higher than the Nyquist rate, that we have the double of the frequency. So the frequency, if it is 100 Hz, the Nyquist rate it will be 200 Hz. The higher sampling rate we have kept it to be 5 kHz here. So the corresponding digital input signal for this particular procedure, the quantized digital output for the sigma delta quantizer, and the filtered output of the D2A converter, we have the illustrations here. So as like the previous case, the application of compact disc, that is CD player, also involves the oversampling sigma delta D2A converter here. Now let us have a look on the block schematic that describes the basic components of the signal processing procedure for the CD player, where the typical factor of 4 oversampling D2A converter is employed for each of the audio channel, and the 44.1 kHz input digital audio signal is interpolated first of all by the factor of 4 to 176.4 kHz rate, and then further converted into the analog audio signal. So this was a discussion on the approach of oversampling D2A converter.